Does your marketing pass this test? Find out this week on Think Tank Tuesday. Hi, this is Paul Potratz, and welcome to this week's Think Tank Tuesday. So I've got a question for you. Does your marketing pass this test? What do I mean? As far as ask yourself, your marketing message, are you only talking about price? Are you only featured on the vehicle and the price, the vehicle and the payment? If so, your marketing fails. And the reason being is you're only talking to 1% of the audience at any given time. Only 1% of the population is looking to buy a car today. So if you're featured strictly on price, you're missing out on 99% of the market. So I want you to think about your marketing differently. So here's my case in point. Commercials that are memorable. What commercials do you remember? Chances are you probably remember some of the commercials out of the Super Bowl. The automotive commercials that are in the Super Bowl, are they talking about price, or are they creating a commercial that people talk about? You know, if you create a commercial that individuals talk about, you're selling vehicles without even selling price. So I want you to think about your creative differently. And this doesn't just apply to TV, this applies to everything. TV, radio, newspaper, digital, online, in-store, in conversation. Your commercials need to be different, just like they are in the Super Bowl. Because what will happen is you will talk to a larger percentage of the audience. So when they're interested in purchasing a car, they're going to think about you because your commercials are unique. It's your own identity. They're separating, you're really separating yourself from any other car dealer in the market. So it might be a little scary proposition because you think as far as price or payment equals call to action. That's not really the truth. I mean, as far as, a price or a payment call to action, that's only talking to a small percentage of the audience that is focused strictly on price. How much is it? So you're really asking those people, those price hogs, those individuals that are grinding you for a better price. Those are the individuals you're talking to. So here's an exercise. Do the commercial differently. Actually, make the commercial a commercial style. You think about it. When you're sitting there and watching TV and you get to the best point of the show, what happens? It breaks for a commercial break. You can do the same thing in your commercials. It wasn't that many years ago that Mitsubishi did some really great commercials where they had the Mitsubishi and it was driving down the road and it was going really fast and it goes up a ramp and then they stopped. And they really told you to log on to their website to see what happened. Well, I want you to do the same thing. I don't mean drive the car up a ramp to jump, but do something different in your commercial and stop it at a point and then ask that individual to log on to your website. Or put a QR code up and ask that individual to scan the QR code. Or put a short code on that commercial because if they're sitting there watching TV, they probably got the cell phone in the pocket or near them, and let them text to find out more information. So don't focus strictly on price. Don't forget about the feature and benefit because purchasing a car is much more than price. It's really a desire. I mean, it's a passion. There's a certain reason that an individual wants to buy that car. So you've got to break through the clutter and you've got to do it differently than anybody else. Anybody can talk price, but how creative can you get? Another case in point, Geico. Think about the Geico commercials. They've got all these different campaigns. They've got, as far as the caveman, your money's watching you. They've got the gecko, and then they've got the new guy that kind of looks like the Walton. So they've got all these different types of commercials that are going on that talk to different individuals. But there's one thing that remains a fact in the Geico commercials, and I've talked about this before, as far as the 4E principle, that you must educate, entertain, engage, and entice. The Geico commercials do that wonderfully because what they're doing is save 15% or more on your car insurance in 15 minutes or less. That message is consistent, but they're delivering it different ways and they're delivering it very creatively. So think outside of the box and come up with a great commercial, and I guarantee you, your leads will come up, your traffic's going to come up, people are going to talk about you in the market, and the best part, your advertising budget will go down. So here's some commercials for you to watch that we've created and see as far as if they're unique to the dealerships, because they are, and they've worked wonderfully. That's this week's tip. Be sure and tune in next week, and before you go, make sure you mark your calendar because I've got a lot of speaking engagements coming up with Driving Sales Executive Summit, JD Power, the F&I Conference. So there's a lot going on. So mark your calendar and watch these commercials.
Hey Dave, what are you up to?
Still looking for a deal we can't beat, Dave.
I know, not much has changed, has it? Hey Dave, what's happening, man?
Yo, man, there ain't a deal in here we can't beat.
Right on, dude.
Groovy deals are happening right now at Metro Ford. Leasing is back and better than ever on the all-new 2011 Ford F-150, starting at just $299 per month.
So, catch the Metro Ford fever, because we're still looking for a deal we can't beat.
Well, you know that feeling you get when you just know? I got that right away as soon as I saw him. Gosh, his style, his looks, his performance. I knew right away he was the one.
Well, that's what they all say.
You'll get that feeling too when you stop into Bill Rapp Nissan and check out our great lease prices on new Nissans, like the 2010 Nissan Altima for only $269 per month, or the 2010 Sentra at an amazing $199 per month. Visit Bill Rapp Nissan today.
Thanks for watching Think Tank Tuesday. Tune in next week for more tips in the world of automotive digital marketing from Potrats. To download this podcast or watch previous episodes, search for us on iTunes. To learn more, visit us at ppadv.com.